The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here joining you with Dick Girardi. We're at Parks Racing on the 3rd floor studio here to bring you all the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, 3-year-olds face off in the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks at Saratoga, where undefeated Malathot tries to keep her record perfectly intact. And Del Mar had 2 very exciting Grade 2s on the turf. The Eddie Reed and top filly Glowing Goble will make her Del Mar debut in the San Clemente, both on the turf. But Dick, top racing was here at Parks, don't you think?
Race of the year, Danny. I thought Monday was going to be our feature race today. I mean, on paper, it looked like a really good race with, terrific older horses like Always Sunshine, the Charlie Brown horses. And just one good horse after another. Admiral Abe, who's had an unbelievable run. And it came out even better than we could have imagined.
It certainly do. We're talking about Monday's 9th race. It was an allowance race. 6 furlongs. They were running for the $48,000 purse. It was a field of 9, the number 7 scratch, and we had post-time favorites, number 4 Admiral Abe and number 8 at Wentz, both going off at 2-1.
Yeah, and both have had great years. Obviously, Admiral Abe, now up to 9 wins lifetime, $350,000 in earnings, but a lot of them recently with Bobby Moscow and the Steph Kahn Racing Group, and of course Wentz has been a great claim for that man Jamie Ness. Horse has just done nothing but win since claimed. So those 2 on paper, and they aren't the only good ones in this race.
Certainly not a stacked field. Some of the trainers were saying it's like a stakes race, and it certainly was. Here's the call of our local race of the week.
And Admiral A puts ahead in front, but has plenty of pace. Pressure to the inside coming from Always Sunshine and a 3-wide Tringali. They fly. Baracho in the red cap is out in the center of the racetrack in 4th. Hustled along is Wentz. This cat can jump. Then comes Midtown Charlie Brown, and his brother, Midnight Charlie, can see them all at the back of the field. Admiral A with a neck in front, less than a half mile to go, and does it nicely. Up by 3/4 of a length. Tringali backing off the pace with Always Sunshine. Is in a tight spot there, but does have run, is going to need a way through. Baracho has asked for the effort, trying to run on as Midtown Charlie Brown. This cat can jump. Wentz is dropping back, and launching from the back is Midnight Charlie. They chase Admiral Abe to the quarter-mile pole, 22-1 for a very pressured opening quarter-mile. Admiral Abe has got the lead. Always Sunshine now tips into the 2-path. Midnight Charlie's got a lot of run, is going to drop down to the inside chasing this leader. It's Admiral Abe, Always Sunshine, Tringali, Midnight Charlie down towards the inside for a final 1/8 of a mile. It's still Admiral Abe in front, but they get closer on this tiring pace setter now. Always Sunshine, and at the rail, Midnight Charlie's trying to light up the board. Always Sunshine, Midnight Charlie, Always Sunshine, Midnight Charlie in a photo.
Well, so much going on with our local race of the week. Always Sunshine and jockey Georgie Vargas Jr. do get the win, but I don't know. I thought Midtown Charlie Brown was going to get there for a second.
Yeah,
Midnight Charlie Brown. Sorry,
Midnight Charlie. I get it. And Midnight Charlie came flying at 43-1 because his recent form wasn't very good. But Always Sunshine, Danny, who made his debut here 6 years ago, July of 2015, for Ned Allard. Of course, Ned was stabled here at Parks at the time. Won a stake at Saratoga in 2018. Just a terrific older horse now. 9 years old, $750,000 in the bank, and counting for Always Sunshine.
13 wins. I heard Ned even talking to jockey Vargas after, he thought he could have even won by more. He really didn't have that great of a trip. And our boy Admiral Abe, he ran his race. He just got caught by 2 very game horses.
He did. I thought Admiral Abe was home. I thought he had that big lead. But yes, he was running against a little better caliber horse this time. No disgrace in running 3rd. He got the bronze medal, and that's not a bad deal in this race.
Absolutely. A real thriller here at Parks. Well, it's time for us to head to our first break. When we come back, we're going to have national coverage. The CCA Oaks. Can Kentucky Oaks winner Malathot keep it going? We'll see. Stick around on Let's Go Racing.
And it is Malathot in front here by a half length. Maracuja on the outside is right there in 2nd. It's a break of a little more than a length to Clariere, who now takes 3rd.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stables.
Did you know the Pennsylvania horse racing industry provides health care and pensions for thousands of workers who in turn spend their income supporting local communities? And we do it with zero tax dollars while creating tens of thousands of jobs.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of car or truck, well, unfortunately, you did pay too much. And we're going to start with our 3-year-old fillies running in the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks at Saratoga for the $500,000 purse. They go a mile and an eighth. A small field, a competitive field of 4, and our post-time favorite is the undefeated Malathot from Post 1 at 1-5 for Todd Pletcher.
Right, most recently seen Danny in the Kentucky Oaks where she had a great stretch battle with search results, ended up winning it by a neck, but yeah, 5 for 5. Malathot, a daughter of Curlin and Todd Pletcher and Shadwell Stable, and yeah, she's obviously the one to beat, but a strange race, as you said, only 4. No speed really on paper. She's kind of on the rail. Maybe she's going to have to be a little committed. We'll see.
Yeah, Malathot did cost over $1 million, so we'll see if she can keep it going. But Clariere is our second choice, who I think looks fabulous at 5-2 for trainer Steve Asmussen.
So Clariere was 4th in the Kentucky Oaks, ran really well. It wasn't like she ran poorly, and then came back and ran a pretty good 3rd to Mother Goose. So really solid paper for Clariere.
Well, let's see how these fillies fare in the Coaching Club American Oaks. Here's the call.
And it is Malathot in front here by a half length. Maracuja on the outside is right there in second. It's a break of a little more than a length to Clariere, who now takes 3rd. Rock, paper, scissors is in 4th. The opening quarter mile went in 23 and 1/5 seconds, and they're midway up the backstretch. And it is Malathot with the lead here. Malathot 3/4 of a length as Clariere now moves into second. Maracuja has dropped back. Rock, paper, scissors is down at the rail. So Malathot is challenged here by Clariere after a half mile in 47 seconds. Malathot with a head in front. Clariere keeping up the pressure on the outside and now getting closer. So it's Malathot and Clariere, and they are heads apart as they race around the far turn. Maracuja is in 3rd. It's Malathot on the inside, Clariere on the outside. 3/4 went in 1:11, and Maracuja is now making her move on the outside. So it's 3 of them across. Malathot, Clariere, Maracuja on the outside, and there's 3/16 of the finish. Malathot digs down at the rail. Clariere's in between horses. Maracuja on the outside. Now a furlong to the finish in the Coaching Club American Oaks. It is Malathot. Here's a new challenge from Maracuja on the outside. Malathot and Maracuja, they will battle on to the finish in a terrific rendition here. And it looked like Maracuja got it, pulling off the upset over the odds-on favorite, Malathot.
Well, Maracuja with the upset at 14-1. And what a ride from jockey Ricardo Santana.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, he put the pressure on Malathot early and then dropped back when Clariere put even more pressure on Malathot. And we said Malathot was kind of in a tough spot. Johnny V was just, because of the rail, you couldn't really take back. And at that point of the meet, Johnny V was 0 for 24, which is hard to believe. He actually won a race the next day. But the story was Maracuja, Rob Actress, who's had a great run, former assistant to Roberto Diodoro, and first Grade 1 win, and his wife Brittany is a classmate of our good friend Trish Bowman in the Flying Start program, so congratulations to them. I bet on Maracuja and Kendrick and the Kentucky Oaks. I was a race too early. She was 37-1 that day. Ran a little bit, had a little bit of trouble, but boy, was she good in this race.
She certainly was. And I love that Rob Atras, he's a little superstitious. He did not have a suit on. He said, whenever I get dressed up, I don't win. So very thrilled for them getting their first Grade 1 win. And yeah, Malathaat, I mean, she hard fought second, no disgrace.
No, she ran great.
And we'll see both Malathaat and Maracuja hopefully in the Alabama.
Yeah, they're talking Alabama, and we'd love to see either or both on September 25th in the Cotillion, which is, of course, the last big race for 3-year-old fillies this year.
Would love to see them. Love their names. They sound like Disney characters, Malathaat and Maracuja. Well, let's head to Del Mar, the Grade 2 Eddie Reed, 1.5 miles over their turf course. And our favorite is Smooth Like Straight for trainer Michael McCarthy.
Yeah, Smooth Like Straight just had a great run. 6 stakes, ran looking for the Breeders' Cup Mile down the road. And of course, Michael McCarthy, no stranger to having really good horses. And Smooth Like Straight is hot, never runs a bad race.
Well, let's see if our second choice favorite can get his form back. United with Flavian Pratt and Papa Mandela as the trainer.
Yeah, very atypical poor race in his last. Danny, the 6-year-old gelding, finished 4th of 4 in the Charlie Whittingham, but certainly is better than that. And of course, his claim to fame was one of my great moments in horse racing when he finished second at 51-1 to Bricks and Mortar in the turf, and I might have had the exact a few times.
Big, beautiful horse. Well, here's the call of the Grade 2 Eddie Reed.
Award winner, setting a sensible pace, leads it by a length. Smooth Like Straight, content to track in second. Vintage Print down at the rail. United has the gold cap running between horses. On the outside, Restrained Vengeance. Only 3 lengths separates them. Then we come back to Say the Word, second last, and Count Again gives an 8-length start. On to the backstretch they go, and now Award winner, an easy lead out here. Award winner just over a length. Smooth Like Straight, quite content to track from second. Restrained Vengeance on the far side. Vintage Print down at the rail. United just loping along in 5th in the gold cap, 3 off the leaders. Say the Word, second last, and Count Again has 7 to make up. Less than a half mile to go in the Eddie Reed, and Award winner still got it all his own way. Leads it by a length. Smooth Like Straight second. Vintage Print right there third. Restrained Vengeance on the far side. United just biding his time. Now United is asked to go after them. And United in the gold colours comes to tackle the leaders. Then back to Count Again. Top of the lane, Smooth Like Straight gets the lead. Immediately going to be tackled by United on the outside. Award winner plugging away, and Vintage Print running a huge one in the red cap. Homeward bound, Smooth Like Straight the leader. United on the outside. United coming gamely now. Smooth Like Straight hanging on. United coming, get up late home. United up to win the Eddie Reeds.
Well, it's great to see United reunited with his top form, getting the win with Flavian Pratt. I mean, Smooth Like Straight had every opportunity to open up, and he just never did.
Yeah, I think maybe a little too far for Smooth Like Straight. That's my guess, and obviously they can't go far enough. United, he was second in 1.5 miles. And yeah, it was interesting. Richard Mandela couldn't figure out what happened until well after the race, and they discovered a little bruise in the horse's hoof. Figured that must have been why he ran so poorly. Well, that was the real United in this race.
Great to see him back to his winning ways. Well, sticking at Del Mar, they had the Grade 2 San Clemente for 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile on the turf. And our favorite is number 2, Glowing Global, the Ireland bred at 2-5.
Yeah, and her paper in the U.S. just perfect, 4 for 4, and the last race was a powerhouse win in the Honeymoon by almost 5 lengths with our man Flavian Pratt.
Yeah, she's been unbeatable since transferring over to the Phil D'Amato barn. And our second choice is number 9, Madone at 5-1. That's pretty long odds for a second choice.
Yeah, Madone was really bad in the last race against Going Global, was clearly better than that. I'm not sure what happened. She was 6 beaten 10, but her prior form was very good.
Simon Callahan did say pre-race that he feels he just ran her back way too soon, and she simply just bounced. So
now this time he's been off since the 22nd of May, so a lot of time between races.
Yeah, we'll see how she fares today. Here's the call of the Grade 2 San Clemente.
Equilove, green cap, sprints immediately to the lead. Pizzazz along the inside, and here comes Nimbo Stratus to pull her way up to second. Freedom Flyer in the blue cap, been followed then by Going Global in the white colours. Tetratogonal is outside of that, been followed then by Karakatsi, who's racing back 8 off them. They're setting a good pace up front. Jibber Jab has taken back third last. Madon racing in behind that, and Dramatizer the trailer. Spread out over a lot of ground now as Nimbo Stratus sets off for home, leads it by just over a length. Equilove tracks in second, 4 back to Pizzazz in third. Then it's Freedom Flyer in the blue cap, been followed by Tetragonal. The grey is now 8 lengths off the leaders. Racing in behind that is Going Global. The grey colours down at the rail, just been patiently ridden, as a good 10 lengths off the leaders now. Karakatsi's on the far side. Then we come back to Madon, who's in the blue cap, been followed by Jibber Jabber and Dramatizer last. Taking closer order now, 3/8 of a mile to go in the San Clemente, and Nimbo Stratus continues to lead it. Equilove comes under pressure from the second spot. Here comes Pizzazz to take them on, and running on strongly from behind now is Madon Extreme outside. Madon and looking to get through is Going Global. Going Global going to squeeze through down at the rail. Going Global sees daylight and takes off on the outside. Madon's making a race of it, and Tetragonal between them. Madon on the outside going to outrun Going Global, and Madon has won the San Clemente.
Well, Madon getting the win, getting the best of Going Global. It was kind of, they were head to head, but Madon with those powerful strides, getting the win with Juan Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm not sure I saw this coming at the beginning of the race. It was so far back, and it looked like the favorite was getting the right trip. I didn't think Flavian did anything wrong. Split him, looked like she's going to win it, and here comes Madon for Kaleem Shah to get up just in time at 5-1.
She certainly did. Well, it's time for us to head to another quick break. When we come back, we're going to have our Jockey and Trainer of the Week and more great racing from Saratoga and Monmouth Park. So stick around, because Let's Go Racing will be back in a flash.
Horologist being asked for more. Here is Gold Spirit now up to challenge.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to Western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And we have another great Turning for Home success story to share with you. Jungleist, a very strikingly handsome dark bay 3-year-old colt retired by Parks Hall of Fame trainer Scott Lake and owner Rich Chiviardone, who's been a great supporter of Turning for Home. He just had 5 starts, no wins. He was retired early to Castle Rock Farm, and they just fell in love with him. They continue to call him Nene, where they did in the Scott Lake barn. He's now been adopted by Janice, enjoying his life, making new friends along the way. He stayed in Pennsylvania, and he's making a difference. He has a new career at Special Equestrians, and he's part of their therapeutic riding program, helping students with various levels of special needs. So. Cool. Good for Jungleist.
Excellent.
Nene, as they call him now. Well, our Jockey of the Week is Georgie Vargas Jr., and he finally got off the duck. He was 0 for 40, and he had a nice win with Always Sunshine.
Yeah, look, anytime you get off a streak like that and win with a neat horse like Always Sunshine, must be the Jockey of the Week.
And Vargas has been one of the top jockeys here for many years. I mean, some of his top earners, you guys will remember names, Miss Locust Point, the man, Brother Chubb.
Sure.
So for him not to find the winner's circle for 40 starts.
It's like Johnny V not winning. That wasn't going to keep going on.
It needed to change, and I'm glad it didn't. And our Trainer of the Week is Mike Pino. His initials are MVP for a reason. He unloaded the barn last week. He had a few wins. And yeah, back in the winner's circle for the Love of Bourbon off the layoff. That's one of his really good PA breds he has.
And Mike has been winning at a high percentage for a very, very long time.
He certainly does. Well, we're going to head into the race recap section, brought to you by the Pewter Stable. Check them out at pewterstable.com. A great partnership. Become an owner today. Feel the thrill of owning a racehorse with this awesome group. And let's start with the Grade 3 Caress Stakes at Saratoga, 5.5 furlongs on the turf.
This was on the Coaching Club America Oaks card, Danny, the 10th race that day.
Yep.
Caravel, the Pennsylvania bred, newly purchased, at least partly by Bobby Flay, trained by Lizzie Merriman, is going to come rolling as the one horse just going to roll by this field at the stretch at even money, win by a good 2.5 lengths, the Pennsylvania bred. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see her here in one of those turf dashes coming up in a couple of weeks.
Well, it was kind of a bittersweet day for Lizzie Merriman. She's now going to be trained by Grand Motion. She'll still get to see her. She's still going to be part owner. She did train, she bred her as well, so she's still going to be part of her. She will transfer over to Grand Motion, and what a devastating turn of foot this filly has.
Yeah, I mean,
she is fast.
She is the turf sprinter classic. Just make that move and it's just over. Now 5 out of 7 lifetime on the turf.
Hopefully get to see her in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, maybe even against the boys. She's
That'd be
that
great.
fast.
She's that good.
Well, continuing with our race recap at Monmouth Park, it was the Irish War Cry Stakes, 1 mile on the turf. And yeah, I mean, keep an eye on the number 2 Optic Way. He leads the whole race.
And Quiberon Bay is your favorite here, interestingly enough. The 8, Danny, is coming back in 7 days at 7 to 5 and makes a run to the lead, but here comes on the rail. He's pure gold. My man Kelly Breen, and it's interesting, the owner here picked out this race on January 1st for the Jersey bred. Said, this is the race we're going to win, the Irish War Cry, and they got up just in time to win it.
Talk about having a target and sticking to it. I love that rail trip with Nick Juarez, and boy, I tell you what, the top 3 finishers, they were way ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, they dominated on paper against the other Jersey breds, and it played out exactly that way.
They certainly did. Well, Saratoga had a continuance of stake action. The Grade 3 Shuvi, it was 1 mile and 1/8 on the dirt horse. And Horologist, she led the whole way for trainer Bill Mott.
Yeah, Horologist was out there, and looks like she's going to get there the whole way. And here he is again, Danny. Yep. I mean, every time we talk about a horse coming out of the clouds, it's always Joel Rosario. Here he is with the 7, Royal Flag, last to first. He does it again. And for the people who don't know who Shuvi is, one of the all-time legends of the sport, twice won the Jockey Club Gold Cup against males when it was 2 miles, one of the all-time greats. And Royal Flag gave us a great performance there.
Definitely deserving of a race named after her. I mean, there was 5 of them out in the, at the 8th pole. It looked like anybody could win, 5 across the track.
But when it's Joel closing, it's just Joel.
Nobody closes like Joel Rosario. Well, it's time for Eye on Racing, and there's lots of great racing action today. A huge day at the Spa, big shocker there with a full stakes card. The Grade 1 Vanderbilt, the Grade 2 Jim Dandy, and the Bowling Grade 2.
Yeah, the sprinters, the 3-year-olds, the turf horses, that's why we love Saratoga, and it's all happening today.
And Del Mar has a few Breeders' Cup winning your in races. They have their Grade 1 Bing Crosby Stakes for the dirt sprinters. And Sunday, make sure you check out the Grade 1 Clement Hirsch. Another Breeders' Cup winning your in. Fillies and mares going long on the dirt.
Yeah, no, look, it's just great that we have both these meets going on at the same time. And keep an eye on all of this, because if you're getting ready for that first weekend in November like I am, something is happening now that could affect what happens then.
Certainly will. Well, time for us to head to another break. When we come back, Dick and I have all the news and notes to share with you, so stick around because Let's Go Racing will be right back.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Did you know absolutely no taxpayer dollars support the Pennsylvania horse racing industry? In fact, racing generates $1.6 billion that pays taxes, creates jobs, and more, right here in Pennsylvania.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund. Granny Fund helps continuing education for our wonderful backstretch community with anything they need to go to college or get more educated. And yeah, we got some interesting news and notes. Life is Good now in the top Pletcher barn. What's going on with him?
So they need a race for him, Dan. He's had 4 works. He was the leading 3-year-old, of course, obviously heading into the Derby. Didn't make it because of the ankle injury. They're talking about a prep race. It could be at Saratoga in the Alan Jerkins, or it could be here in the Smarty Jones when we come back on August 24th to get ready for the Pennsylvania Derby, which they're clearly targeting as his first really big long race coming back. So I think we're going to get Life is Good. We're getting Mandaloon almost for certain, the Haskell winner, in quotes, that maybe the Derby winner. And they just talked about Hot Rod Charlie, no Pacific Classic, so he's got to run somewhere before they get to the Breeders' Cup. Why not here? So maybe we get all of them. If that's the case, we have the best 3-year-old race of the year other than the Kentucky Derby here, but all that to be determined, but we shall see.
Well, I'd love to see that. Love to see Life is Good in that Smarty Jones saddle towel.
That would be cool.
And Naira overturned the ban on Bob Baffert. He's going to be running Gamine in the Ballerina Stakes.
Right. The judge up in New York said you can't do what Naira was doing, and at the moment, so Baffert is now able to run horses. So Gamine is back, and one of the other stories that we're following is Steve Asmussen, we talked about a couple weeks ago, is closing fast on Dale Baird for #1 all time. And as I was doing some research on that, Danny, I noticed all these Parks people at the top of all these different lists. Scott Lake is up there, Stuart Elliott, Tony Black are up there, Windman, the horse is #2 all time in wins. So go through that Equibase, and I wrote about it on Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week, so something everybody to check out.
I love that. Lots of legends coming out of Parks. Steve, just about to catch Dale Baird's record at 9,445 wins. Dale won. That's a lot.
Yeah, and once Steve sets this record, he is going to blow by, and Steve is not even close to 60 yet. He's going to have this record. Nobody's ever going to top him. He's going to be #1 forever.
I think what a lot of people like about Steve, too, is he runs all different levels,
Correct.
Not just stakes, but claiming. And he said 1 win at a time, so that's pretty cool. We're rooting you on, Steve.
He can win 10 claimers and $10 million races. Nobody else does that.
Absolutely. Well, Dick, I think that does it for you and I this week, but you guys come check us out at Parks Racing. We race Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Live post time is 12:55. I'd love to see you on the rail. Check out our PTHA videos on our social media and our YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.